So the stock is going crazy.
There is some crazy stock news, but there's a few points that you might find interesting.
Okay.
But basically, I don't know if you've heard or anybody at home has heard about GameStop. And this company, GameStop, their stock is crazy right now. It's going nuts. I have written down 822% since the past little bit, but I think it might even be higher than that. It
was
going
up
way
822%?
Right. It was like around $40 a share, and it's past, let me even see, but it's up. It's up big time. It's crazy how much it's gone up right now. The price of GME right now is at 387. It went from $40 to 387
dollars.
Yeah, a stock.
It went from $47 to $387.
Exactly.
So if let's say I had bought it at 47,
Right.
and then it went up to 387, I could have sold my 47 worth and made buku money.
A lot of people have, in fact, already.
Really?
Right. But
What the?
it's crazy. But you think that doesn't make sense, right? That's just not normal how that happens to a stock. Well, there's a few things going on here that you might find really, really interesting.
Okay.
But basically,
What is GameStop?
I want to first explain what GameStop is. GameStop is a classic brick and mortar game store, right? It's a brick. What that means is like you can go to a physical location, right? Brick and mortar.
Really?
Right. These GameStops are around the country. You go and you buy video games.
So GameStop is a building where people go to and play games.
And buy video games.
Oh, and buy video games. Oh, okay. They don't play there. They buy.
Sometimes
them.
play, but their business thing is they sell video games, right?
Okay.
And video game consoles. And so they're a classic brick and mortar store. You go, you show up, you talk to the people, the store clerks, you look at the game and you buy it, right?
Right.
The rise of online stores and gaming has really, really hurt them, right? They've been really trying to compete against that kind of stuff.
Right.
And they've had a really rocky time in the last bit.
GameStop.
GameStop has, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They've been around for a long time, but this new age with the online world has hit them hard. Not to mention the pandemic and all that.
Right.
People aren't going out. So they've been really hit hard, and their stock shows it. But, I mean, I hear the music. The break's coming up.
Yeah, when I come back.
We got some interesting stuff.
We'll let you finish that. So it's a store where people, for those that don't know, like I didn't know, it's a store where people go and buy games, and all of a sudden the stocks went up through the roof. And why did it go through the roof?
It's gone through the roof because of some market manipulation. But I was saying that GameStop, right? Classic store has been around. People go to it. People like buying games. But lately, everybody's online, especially with the virus, and they've been hit real hard, right? They haven't been doing too well, and they've been dealing with that for a while now.
Right.
Well, Wall Street has bet against GameStop. They're sure that they're going to be bankrupt soon, that they're going to be declaring bankruptcy due to the pressures of the virus and their competitors online.
Were they thinking that way before it went up?
Right.
They thought
this
it
is
was
all before
okay.
the recent news of the crazy surge. Okay.
All right.
So Wall Street bet against GameStop. They're gonna go down under. So what we're gonna do, the Wall Street guys, we're gonna short them. And this is what shorting is. On a regular stock market, you want to make some money. You buy the stock, and if it goes up, you sell it and you make some money. Right. But when you short a stock, for real quick, for the people that don't know, let's say I want to short. I'm betting that the Gifted of Dance is gonna go down.
Let's bet that Joel ain't black.
Right. and it's gonna the value in his stock price is gonna go down.
Right.
So you're in exchange. I borrow the stock instead. Instead of just buying his stock and betting that it'll go up and then selling it later when it goes up, I bet that it goes down. So what I do is I borrow stock from you, right? And
without
I sell
giving me any money.
No, I sell. No, I get the stock and I sell it immediately, right? So I have let's say it's worth $5.
Right.
So I borrow the stock and I sell it for $5, right?
Oh, okay.
So I have $5, but now I owe you stock. I owe you that same very stock that I borrowed from you, right?
Right.
So even though I made $5 from the stock, if it goes down in value, let's say it goes down to $4, and the date comes where I have to give you that stock back that I previously borrowed, I buy the stock at $4, give you the stock back that I originally borrowed, and I made $1, right? Because his value went down.
Whatever.
You see what I'm saying?
That should make my head hurt. No wonder I don't do stocks.
So that's short selling, right?
Right.
So you compound the pressures of the virus and their online competitors. GameStop is already hurting from that. You now have Wall Street betting against them and shorting their stock. So now they have that pressure too. just to drive them down further and further. And these people are trying to make money. They're betting that they're going to go under, and they're like, let's short the stock. Let's make some money out of them going under, right?
Right.
Enter r/Wall Street Bets. Reddit is a social media platform, right? And on Reddit, there's a section called Wall Street Bets. And it's basically an investing community. It's a bunch of regular guys, people who use this social media, and they talk about investing. They talk about stocks. That's what Wall Street Bets is all about, right?
Right.
They got wind that these hedge funds, these big collections, pools of money that invest on stock market.
The rich folks.
Right. They got wind that these hedge funds are like shorting GameStop to the nth degree. Like a crazy short, like ridiculous amount of shorting, right? And so they got wind of this and they're like, you know what? Let's just start buying up as much GameStop stock than we can and drive the price up. Because what happens when you short a stock, you're promising to buy back that stock later, no
Right.
matter if it goes up or down, right? If it goes down, you make some money. But if it goes up, you're going to lose money.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
opposite, right?
I got you.
And these hedge funds bet that it would go down, but these guys on Reddit, they
Just regular guys.
just regular people.
Millennials.
Yeah, I'd say most of them. They started driving up the price. They're just like, buy as much as you can. You can imagine, too, that the coronavirus stimulus checks kind of helped. Because now
Yeah.
they got some extra money to spend. And they're just at home.
Yeah.
They just started pumping the stock, like just driving it up. And now Wall Street is like sweating. They're sweating because you got big hedge funds like Melvin Capital. They lost like $3.75 billion. We're talking
Wow.
in the billions of dollars these people are losing.
Because of this.
Right. And Melvin Capital had to be bailed out. They had to be bailed out. They had to like borrow money from other hedge funds just so they
Really?
could survive.
Nice.
Yeah. Andrew Left, famous short seller. He's known for this. Like he makes money off of driving companies down
Right.
and making a quick buck for himself. And then while, companies lay off thousands of people. But he bet against it. And, The Week is a news publication. They describe it as he made a living doing this, but he ended up running for his life. They're being exaggerating, but
Right.
basically he's lost a lot of money. So
Wow.
so these regular guys, right? These regular guys drive up the price, and they're making money, and they're making these big hedge funds like really sweat. And so what happens? So here we are today with the driven price all the way up. And what's going on right now is that these hedge fund guys, they're crying to their friends in government and media. You got, for example, the Discord server, a Discord server for Wall Street Bet,
Right.
another social media platform, but the same people, Wall Street Bets, the same people talking about investment. They got their Discord server shut down. And what does Discord say the reason is? Hate speech.
They call it hate speech.
They call it hate speech.
How is that hate speech?
There's no explanation other than you just want to protect your buddies, the rich people and the guys in power, right? Because there's two classes. In America,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Those that have
The
power.
rich and
those
the
that
poor.
Okay, so their Discord
So
guys.
they call it hate speech?
They call it hate speech.
What the?
They're turning to the same tired old boogeyman. You'll be shocked by the stuff. They're blaming Trump first of all. Surprise there. We'll get to
this
that
right
in a
here?
second. Yeah, it's Trump's fault. It's also white supremacists' fault.
Oh, Lord. Everything white supremacy. They give white people too much power.
Yeah. Meanwhile, white people are just like,
White people can't even speak up.
yeah. But this is such a funny story on so many levels. But
That's an amazing story.
it's so interesting what's going on right now. This is like a once in a lifetime event. But real quick, can we play this clip? I think I gave you 3. The Nasdaq CEO. Nasdaq is an exchange fund, right? Nasdaq CEO Adina Friedman, who, by the way, we reported on, was the first female stock exchange owner or whatever. And the first woman to do
Adina.
that. And the same woman, Adina Friedman, the same woman, by the way, as soon as she got that power, first thing she does was, we need more diversity in exchange funds and companies. And so she wanted to implement, if you guys remember, American Stock Exchange is pushing for SEC approval of a rule that would require public companies on its exchange to have at least one woman director and one diverse director, to force companies to do that.
Oh, man.
That was the first thing she wanted to do. But we have this quick clip from Adina Friedman talking
Okay.
about what's going on.
All right.
I think when we look at our larger role as a self-regulatory organization, we also really do focus on making sure that the activity in the market is legitimate activity, and that if there is any sort of manipulation going on, that we root it out and we eliminate it from the market. So that is also part of our role. I think when it comes to some of the latest activities that we've seen, I'm not going to comment on any particular listings, particularly those that are not listed on our exchange. But I think that in general, when we evaluate how we would manage through a situation where you see a significant run-up in a stock that's not based on news, that's not based on fundamentals, what we do is we do have technology that evaluates social media chatter. And if we see a significant rise in the chatter on social media channels, and then we also match that up against unusual trading activity, we will potentially halt that stock to allow ourselves to investigate the situation.
Amazing.
The hypocrisy. She's like, our job here is to make sure that markets reflect the people, which is what they're supposed to do, right? But hedge funds and people have been shorting and manipulating markets for as long as the stock exchange has been around, right?
It's amazing how people try to control one another like that. Mm-hmm. This is a big old America. Right. There's enough for everybody here.
The little guy fights back.
Yeah.
But now everybody's making a fuss. But it's such a cool story to see just regular people actually makes a huge impact. These people are, they're like, there's like reports that more hedge funds are going to say that they're bankrupt. But what can I say?
That's right. So the stock's still going up with
yeah, it's fluctuating a little bit right now, but it's going up and up. We're not telling you to buy GameStop.
Right. I'm not telling you to buy GameStop. It's too much a headache for me.
It's going to crash.
What, GameStop?
GameStop. Well, yeah, this is way overvalued stock. It's manipulated to the nth degree. This is not normal.
So it's going to crash anyway.
Right. So we're not telling you to buy. We're not telling you to do any of that.
Amazing story, though.
Yeah.
You seeing the rich fight against the poor to keep them poor.
Right. And the lies that they're using to fight back against, like Yahoo Finance, SEC is monitoring the situation. So the government is monitoring it. Epoch Times is reporting that White House press secretary said that they're monitoring the situation. They're protecting their buddies. And finally, just to be quick, CNN, the sleazy CNN reporter Chris Cillizza, or editor, he's an editor. He wrote an article, How Trumpism Explains the GameStop stock surge.
What?
Basically, he
claimed the president for everything.
Basically, he says that Donald Trump's, a huge part of Donald Trump's appeal was that the elite, that we know better than the elite, right? And so he blames that whole sentiment of that you, the regular person, knows better than the elite is to blame for this. And then finally, journalists at Mother Jones and The Hill are claiming that Nazis and white supremacists are talking about this stock on Telegram and stuff, and so it's also white supremacy's fault.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's everything. It's a big information dump, but it's a cool story.
It's an amazing story. It really is.
Yeah,
man, amazing. Thank you, thank you, Anchor Baby. I appreciate it. Let me go to Rick, because Rick out of Maine been waiting a long time, and then we'll do some super chat. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the Jesse Lee Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America, and it's going to take all of us to do it.